are in our informative reading. Okay, so I want Julio, can you really quick tell us what our goal is today? Can you turn around and look at the purple goal on the bottom?
Pick out important details, look how they fit together, and use them to identify the central ideas.
Exactly. So that is going to be our big goal today. So we're up here, and so I think it's really important for us. It's critical that we pay attention. So just like in our writing, right? When we figure out are we more detail people or are we big idea people? Well, we have to be detail people to get to the big idea when we're reading. And so that's going to be kind of our big goal today. So what I want you to do with your partner, before we even get started, since you're right next to them, I want you to come up with a list of 2 to 3 things that help you find the central idea of a story. When you're reading a text, whether it's fiction, nonfiction, what do you do to help you find that central idea? Name those strategies. Go. Talk to your neighbors.
I reread,
What do you, now let's say it's a nonfiction text, what do you look at? Okay, what else?
I read the title.
Okay, you read the title. What else? Are there other
Like you're wishing.
All right. What did I just say? Put it away. All right, come whole group. Luciana. Out of yours. Luciana, out of yours. Okay, so I heard lots of good things. I heard people say that they like to reread things, that they look at the titles, they look at the headings, they look at the back of the book if it's a nonfiction text, they look at the back. I heard sometimes people that look at, like, the author's going to just come out and say it, like it just pops out in a sentence sometimes. Sometimes they look at the first section or the last section. Okay? And then, like I heard Megan and Nicole saying, like, they reread and they look at the headings. And so these strategies sometimes work, right? They sometimes work, right, Devin? But not always. As our texts become more complex, when we think about books like this chapter book, it doesn't come out and say it, right? It's going to be across several chapters. And so today we're gonna look at a way to help us get to the central idea when we're reading. Okay, so everybody kind of eyes up here on that third one. We're going to determine possible central ideas, and we're going to use like headings, pop-up sentences. We're going to locate those things, and we're going to ask ourselves, this is the important question. We're going to ask ourselves, how do these things fit together? Okay, so I want you to notice that's what we're going to be remembering and teaching today, or learning. Notice the important details, and then how can we piece them, use them as a puzzle piece, and fit them together. Okay, so it's really important during mini lesson that we pay attention, right? Because if we miss some of it, right, it's gone. They're only 10 minutes long. Okay, so if you miss half of it, you're out. And so I want to show you a couple pictures here. And so instead of using a text today, we're going to use some practice with images. And so without talking, I want you to just look at these images, and I want you to think, how do they fit together? Okay, how do these pieces of a puzzle fit together? You won't. Look, don't talk. You're just looking. Jakey, if you hit the pause button for us, just hit the pause. All right, voices off in 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so I heard lots of stuff. I heard you guys say that they're all silverware. They're things you eat with, right? You use them to put food in your mouth. Okay, but now let's turn things up a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna add a couple things. I got a salt shaker and a plate now, not just silverware. How do these pieces fit together? Talk to your neighbor. Figure it out. You got 30 seconds.
Same thing for all the forks, and then you put one in there, and all the salt.
I don't know how how do they fit together?
They all correspond.
Okay. All right. 3, 2, 1. All right. So I heard some things. I kind of overheard a conversation about a restaurant. It made me think, okay, yeah, these are all things that you would find on the table at a restaurant, right? They're all things that have to do. Abby just kept saying food. They're all things that have to do with food. She's right. Okay. Or they're things like, think about where they're found. They're found in a kitchen, right? Most often, or in like a teacher's lounge. We have all those things. And so when you add things, you have to broaden the central idea a little bit, right? And so we used these pieces, put them together, and we came up with, oh, kitchen. It's things that are in the kitchen. And so we're going to do one more quick example here. I'm going to show you one more picture, and I want you to think. So, yeah, they're all going to be pictures of animals or mammals, and I want you to push your thinking beyond that. So it's not just that they're animals, okay? How else might these pieces fit together? So as soon as you see it, I want you to whisper as quietly as you can to your neighbor. Okay, and don't just say they're all animals. How else do they fit? Okay, come whole group really quick. Okay, I heard lots of good things. Even though you were whispering, I could still hear you. I heard people say that there are things you might find in Africa or when you're on safari, right? I heard, remember we're not talking, this is my turn to talk. I heard that they are all like parents and then there's their like offspring, right? That they all kind of like the small one, they're like they have a big version and a mini version, right? So kind of like almost like we talked about clones, right? So I heard all those things. Okay, and so again, it's not just good enough to say, oh, they're all animals. You got to think a little bit deeper. You're trying to get to that central idea. And so we're going to do the same thing with the text. So I want everyone to kind of get in close because we're going to read. I'm not going to read very loud. So get in nice and close. Okay, and so we're going to read from our book, Fast Food Nation. And every time that you hear an important detail that you think is going to that's going to go to something bigger, I want you to just really quickly just like tap your neighbor. Okay, just give them, and then I want you to keep track how many times. Okay, how many times? Don't poke them, just a light tap. Okay? Do not talk either, because this is really important. Selling soda to kids has become one of the earliest or the easiest ways to meet sales projections. Influencing elementary school students is very important to soft drink marketers, an article in the January 1999 issue of Beverage Industry explained, because children are still establishing their tastes and habits. 8-year-olds are considered ideal customers. They have about 65 years of purchasing in front of them. Entering the school makes perfect sense, the trade journal concluded. The fast food chains also benefit enormously when children drink more soda. The chicken nuggets, hamburgers, and other main courses sold at fast food restaurants usually have the lowest profit margins. Profit margin just means like they make the least amount of money on it. Soda has by far the highest, so they make the most money. Okay, we at McDonald's are thankful, a top executive once told the New York Times, that people like drinks with their sandwiches. Today, McDonald's sells more Coca-Cola than anyone else in the world. The fast food chains purchase Coca-Cola syrup for about $4.25 a gallon. A medium Coke that sells for $1.29 contains roughly 9 cents of Coca-Cola syrup. Buying a large Coke for $1.49 instead, as the cute girl behind the counter always suggests, will add another 3 cents worth of syrup and another 17 cents in pure profit for McDonald's. Share your details with your partner. Go.
So,
That's kind of like
give me something you had.
Hey, voices off in 3, whole group 2, and 1. Okay, I've heard lots of things. I heard from you guys that something about elementary school students, right? And that's important. They're important to soda companies. 8-year-olds are ideal customers to them. So they're important and ideal customers. That they're selling, like that McDonald's is selling Coke, like marked up really high, and they're making like $1.20 every time somebody drinks soda, right? And so those are the specifics, right? That's like the salt shaker, the plate, the fork. Okay, those are specifics. Now let's put our pieces together. I want you to turn and talk to your neighbor really quick. How do these details fit together? What is the central idea? What did we learn? What is this text trying to teach us overall? Okay, go. Talk to your neighbor. I want you to remember that we have our camera on and it's picking up what you're saying. If you're not on task, I'll know. I'm just saying, but that's not what it's teaching us. Nowhere in there is it saying it's gross. What is it trying to teach us?
I didn't say it was gross. That was him.
How do you know? Logan, I want you to do your job right now.
I didn't say that I was
We're gonna do your job right now. I'm not gonna do your job. You're not doing your job right now.
Yeah, it's teaching us that there's
Okay, Devin and Lita, I want you to sit up. Thank you. All the way. Okay, so I'm hearing lots of things. Come on, group. Okay, so we're not just naming a topic. We're not just saying drinking soda, right? That's not what it's about, right? The text is telling us so much more than that. So one of the things I heard from someone over here is that they're considered these ideal customers, right? And so the fact that, right, that it's a complex text, we have to think farther than that. So it's not just that they're ideal customers, it's that McDonald's is using, like their marketing, they're going to be targeting these young kids and they're going to be making them lots and lots of money, right, in this industry. So kids help the fast food industry make a lot of money. That would be kind of my overarching central idea, right? And that's why they target them. So you want to put those details together. And so what we're going to do today, we have a little bit of time here for 15 minutes. What you're going to do is you're going to go back to your table group or your independent reading group. And your goal today is in your reading, I want you to pick out 3 important details that you think are going to lead us to a central idea. Okay, so on the couple pages that you read, your goal I would say is to read at least 5 pages in that 15 minutes and record in your reading log at least 3 details about those pages and how it might lead us to, right, a central idea, how they can fit together. We're going to revisit this topic tomorrow. Okay, do this quickly while you have 1 minute to get back to your desk and to be reading. Go. Jay, we have to stop at this.
Stop.